I'm already in a perfectly functional car.
Family?
Aww.
The Smith family is back with a horror story of their own in a classic Rick and Morty one-off adventure not connected to anything. Or is it? This is an incredibly fun episode with several great film references, but if you aren't ready for the whole episode to get fully spoiled and analyzed yet, this is your only warning to first watch Rick and Morty Season 6, Episode 4, go to sleep, wake up in the middle of the night, and then finish this video.
Ah! What are you doing?
Here's what happens. Rick reveals he has a night self, which he created using a device, the somnambulator, to program his sleeping self to complete tasks for his betterment. In Rick's case, sick abs.
Oh, fabsolutely abulous. It's an ab-centric hour of fun.
Naturally, the rest of the family wants in on this. Beth learns to play the trumpet, Morty also gets sick abs, Summer learns to speak Spanish, and Jerry becomes pen pals with Night Jerry. It's pretty much the lake house between Jerry's, and the whole family scenario reminds of Severance, the Apple TV Plus show where people surgically compartmentalize their brains between work hours and personal time, having the other do all the annoying, difficult, and boring tasks while they don't ever have to be burdened by that. The Night family also does the household chores, and Night Summer, via Night Jerry, requests the family rinse off their dishes so it's not so difficult to wash them. This sends Rick into a rage, where he utterly refuses to ever make the Night family's lives any easier.
Request denied.
This in turn sets the Night family off. They smash all the dishes, and Night Summer, the Night family leader, confronts Rick and force feeds him gross plate scraps, and Rick retaliates by weaponizing Summer as an agent against the Night family. This fails, and Night Summer mobilizes and turns the day people to their slaves, while the Night versions get to take over and enjoy life. Jerry sends a note to Night Jerry for help, and he helps them escape from the Night family's reach and into a car chase with Night Summer that involves switching between waking and sleeping selves a lot.
Take the wheel. Nighty-night, slaves.
Eventually, Rick gets a chance to compromise with the Night family. They will go back to normal if the day virgins will just rinse their dishes. Rick refuses, of course, and the Night family wins and takes over their lives, spending all their money. Oops! The Night family has a super fun time as shown in the credits, but in the after credit scene we see them struggling to keep up with bills and passwords, so they destroy the somnambulator, ending their existence. The good guys won! By default. Finance is hard.
Whoa, how long have we been asleep?
It can't be that long.
What's the takeaway? Rick will not rinse his dishes ever. Ever. But also that real life can probably defeat any horror villain once they realize they have to, exist in society. How do the clones in the island get by after they're free? You think they know about social security numbers, bills, insurance, how to get a cell phone plan? No. It's a good point. But more importantly, we have a couple character interactions we need to look at.
I have always been here, Rick. Deep inside the mind of your grandchild, waiting to come out. Your machine allowed me to steal the night, and soon I will seize the day.
Summer is the leader of the ultra-capable Night Uprising. Well, a version of her is, you've probably also noticed that Summer is a very capable character in general. She is good at completing complicated plans and missions, she's good at battle, and she's good at improvising. So why isn't the show called Rick and Summer? Because there's a tension. Because Summer, be it through teenage girl power or just who she is, can get what she wants.
What?
Nothing.
No, go on. Say it.
Say what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, fine. It. Everybody gets a night person. Whatever.
Because what Summer represents is an underlying threat. She has more potential of being a worthy challenger to Rick than Morty Prime, at least. And yeah, that's a problem for him. Rick once told Summer,
I'm sorry, Summer. Your opinion means very little to me.
And in this episode, Night Summer says the exact same line back to him.
Sorry, Rick, but your opinion means very little to me.
Did you think you could stop me with this, Rick?
It's interesting to see this strain manifest the acknowledgement that Summer is capable of Rick's darker qualities.
Out, you useless old man!
What the hell? Give me that gun and take the wheel, stupid.
Jesus, sorry.
Beth is a lot like Rick, which is a problem for her. And Summer's a lot like Rick, which is a problem for him. Jerry saves the day because he's absolutely nothing like Rick at all. One time, Rick called Jerry a leech, but maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Jerry's influence is their secret saving grace.
Rick, we're all the same people. There must be some agreement we can reach.
Oh, baby Jesus. Oh, it's awful. Oh, baby Jesus, awful.
Okay, it's time for the Easter eggs. Here is what we found. On the Inside the Episode, Dan Harmon said Rob Schraub's idea was to make this a John Carpenter movie, which is really evident in the synthy music. This episode seems to have taken inspiration from at least John Carpenter's They Live and Village of the Damned. Like I mentioned before, episode 4 has notes of the lake house, Severance, and of course the concept of sleepwalking and associated night scariness has a long history in horror going back to the cabinet of Dr. Caligari. It's quite a bit like Jordan Peele's Us, which has the scary, bizarro versions of a family rise up against the normal ones and achieve something of a victory. The opening quote is a real T.S. Eliot line from Fragment of an Agon from Sweeney Agonists. I know. I didn't think it was real either. It's an incomplete verse drama lamenting superficial relevance versus spiritual enlightenment. I think I wrote an essay about this in college. There might be something there, but it could be as simple as they just wanted to talk about the night and say the word hoo-ha. The name of the device, the somnambulator, comes from the word somnambulism, which is the technical term for sleepwalking. Rick calls Chewbacca a raccoon man. I think he's doing that thing where he pretends he doesn't understand who Tony Stark is again. Come on, man. We know you know.
Oh, shit, Rick. They want you to say wubba-lubba-dub-dub at the end. Screw that. We're not whores.
Rick will not say wubba-lubba-dub-dub for the podcast ad. His quasi-season 1 catchphrase makes sense. Seems like he's moved away from it.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dubs! 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 Wubba-lubba-dub-dub!
Rick goes to the Forbidden Zone, 8 Marmadukes beyond the Outer Rim. The guy he meets up with sort of looks like a Celestial, but this seems more like an Avengers Endgame moment when Thor went to Atri to forge Stormbreaker. Except Rick forges plates. Why didn't he just make a dishwasher? Oh right, he likes the Night family's lives to be hard for no reason. Speaking of, Rick's alarm clock is basically a machine that hatches a rooster, matures it, and turns it into dust in the course of 4 seconds. This is a lot like the people in his car battery who are essentially an enslaved race tricked into doing this mundane task for him, or the butter robot. I don't know if you picked this up, but Rick's not super ethical, guys.
What about Summer? We can't leave her behind. She's not your sister anymore, Morty. Consider her dead. Eat shit, Summer!
Summer asks,
Aren't they going to be suspicious seeing Night Summer covered in all this Terry Gilliam?
Gilliam is, of course, the Monty Python alum who's directed plenty of sci-fi weirdness himself. The sleep deprivation suit feels pretty much straight out of 12 Monkeys. The Night People make the family burn all the day movies, Independence Day, Groundhog Day, and Ferris Bueller's Day off, but keep the night movies like Talladega Nights. In the credits, the Night family is seen watching one of the Night at the Museum movies together. The Night family starts moving around at 3:33 a.m., the witching hour. Speaking of time, the calendar at the top of the episode shows it's March 12th, and later on, after the Night family has taken over, it's July 24th, meaning that's about how long the Night family existed, and they reigned supreme before Night Jerry helped turn the tides. The Smith family wakes up in the end credits and panic when they see the Choco Taco was discontinued.
No! They killed the Choco Taco!
That means they regained control over their bodies sometime in late July, early August 2022, which is pretty recent. So either the Night family won for a week or so before they shot the somnambulator, or they won for like a year. But what did you think of this episode of Rick and Morty? Did you catch any other good movie references? Did you lament the Choco Taco 2? When's the last time you even ate one? Is Jerry secretly the hero of the show? Let's hear your best theories in the comments below. I'm Kim Horcher. Thanks for watching this episode of Canon Fodder, and for more Rick and Morty, here's what it meant when Beth had an affair with herself. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.